Hey guys, Dr. Brandon Manny, quick video today. Actually, it's probably not going to be very quick. It's going to be a long one. So I have a lot that I want to talk about. I'm going to talk about Facebook versus Google. I'm talking about why one's better than the other. I want to talk to you about a case study, a doctor who I talked to on Monday, he's just getting his ass handed to him by an agency. It's really actually pretty sad, and I'll go over his numbers here in a little bit. But first, this is what I'm curious about. What is your number one source of new patients? All right, I'm always curious about where doctors are getting their patients from. Just throw it in the comments section. For me, it's radio. Google's number 2. Facebook is probably number 4. Referrals 3. So, what is your number one source? Is it referrals? That would be awesome. I have no marketing. It's just all referral based. Google? Is it Facebook? Is it Instagram? Is it Yellow Page? I actually got a phone book in the mail the other day. I just threw it away. But actually, I looked in there. Actually, chiropractors are advertising in the Yellow Pages. It still exists. So anyway, what is your number one source of new patients? Put it in the comment section. I'm always curious. Okay. So Monday I talked to this doc, and he paid an agency $5,000 for setup. $5,000, and then it's $2,000 a month after month. I didn't get too deep into it, but he mentioned Shopify. Maybe he was trying to set up some supplement store. I don't know. He mentioned Shopify. He mentioned Facebook ads and funnels. He mentioned a thyroid campaign, and he got 126 leads, all right, through this thyroid campaign. And it wasn't a workshop. It wasn't a dinner talk, nothing like that. 126 leads. 2 of them showed up. So he had this whole huge list. Staff's calling him all the time. You got 2 people to show up. Both were Medicaid. Had no money. So that's a lot of money. And the doc's like, I'm not going to keep paying $2,000 for this quality of lead. That, you guys, is why I'm a bigger fan of Google than I am Facebook. Facebook is usable. I'm not going to say it's not. We use it a little bit differently. I'll explain that as we go on. Google is a search engine. People are actively searching for local doctors in their area to help them with XYZ condition. All right. So many doctors are just wasting so much time throwing recipes and this and that, and it's a mess. Social media is a mess. If you can get on Google where people are actively searching for doctors, that's where you want to be. I told this doctor, you'd be better off putting $2,000 a month into Google ads than Facebook. Facebook is a newspaper. What you post today is obsolete in 3 days, and people are scrolling. They're scrolling fast. What's cousin Larry doing today? What's Uncle Bob doing today? It's friends and family scrolling, and then all of a sudden you throw a weight loss ad in front of them. You throw an ADHD ad in front of it. It's like, I'm not gonna say it's obtrusive, incongruent. You know, it's you got to provide value. You can't just like throw in, $21 exam. You have to provide value. So Russell talks about, follow Russell. You guys all know who Russell Brunson, but hook, story, offer. Follow that framework where you can provide value for somebody. Give them something that they can implement into their day-to-day life. Your focus needs to be on engagement, not sending people off of Facebook. That's part of the algorithm. Cracking that code is, if you focus on likes, comments, and shares, instead of sending people off to a landing page where they can RSVP, that is when things start to snowball and you start doing really well. So use that framework of hook, story, offer, wrap value around it, wrap goodwill around it. You can sprinkle your call to action within that video or Facebook Live. And so what I do, what we've done is a strategically mapped out sequence of Facebook Lives. So we do a 21-day sequence of lives leading up to an event. Now you got to figure out what your call to action is. Is it an event? Is it a one-on-one consultation? Figure out what your strength is and double down on your strength. If you suck at talks, don't do a talk. If your superpower is one-on-one, focus on that. Don't look at, oh my gosh, this guy had 100 people at his work dinner talk. I want to do that. Not if you suck at talks. And then also it could be a webinar. All right. So figure out what your initial call to action is, and then you sprinkle that within your Facebook Lives. But then you do the goodwill videos on the front end, then you go back and retarget them on the back end. So my 21-day sequence of lives looks something like this. Day 1, I'm talking about foods. Day 2, I'm talking about nutrients. Day 8, I'm talking about ADHD. Day 13, I'm talking about thyroid. Day 19, I'm talking about leaky gut and autoimmune connection, right? Day 17, maybe I'm talking about weight loss, whatever it might be. So it's a strategically mapped out sequence of Facebook Lives. Now I'm gonna start boosting and running traffic into these videos. And for us, we've done $50 a day, we've done $20 a day. Figure out what your budget is, but obviously the more you're gonna spend, the more people are gonna see it. But then what you do is you create a custom audience on the back end. So if I do a weight loss video, again, there's no links in it, there's no websites, there's no phone numbers. The only thing I'm focused on is the engagement, likes, comments, and shares. Get people to tag their friends in it, because then Facebook is going to look at the video and say, oh my gosh, people must like that thing. Same thing with YouTube. The longer your watch time, the better, the higher they're going to rank that thing. So with Facebook, focus on the engagement first and foremost, not sending people to an RSVP website. Focus on the engagement, likes, comments, and shares. That makes sense? Not links. That comes later. Have them build up that custom audience on the front end. So I'm going to build up a list, a custom audience. This is kind of your new email list. Email is kind of a dying form of communication. I mean, my open rates for doctors about 40%, which is pretty high. Patients, it's a lot less. So I'm not worried about too much about getting an email address anymore. Right now I'm building up custom audiences of people that have engaged and watched a certain length of my stuff. So if I do a weight loss video that's 4 minutes long, I'm gonna create a list of everybody that's watched 50% of that thing or more. So if somebody's watching 2 minutes of your video, chances are they're interested in what you have to offer, right? So now I'm gonna go back and get them again on the back end. So I'm gonna create a custom audiences on all these goodwill videos on the front end. Now I'm gonna go back, and on the back end, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna get them the call to action on the back end, which looks something like this. Hey guys, Dr. Brandon Manning. Want to invite you to our next in-office workshop. No cost, no obligation. Feel free to bring a friend. We'll have refreshments. It's a lot of fun. This is what we're going to talk about. Sensitivities, deficiencies, toxicities. This is who needs to attend. All right, and I'll list. So my workshops, it's a melting pot of people. It's not a weight loss only talk. It's not a thyroid only talk. It's a melting pot of thyroid, ADHD kid, the parents of ADHD kids, weight loss, leaky gut, digestive dysfunction. You see what I'm saying? Autoimmune stuff. It's a melting pot. But it starts with that sequence of goodwills, and then I get them on the back end with the more aggressive call to action, with the call to action being, come on in for our next in-office workshop. It's not rocket science. You don't have to pay an agency $7,000 to do this. Just freaking hit record and do a Facebook Live, but provide value. Hook, story, offer, wrap goodwill around it. Give people that stuff, tips, tools, and strategies that they can use. They'll like, comment, and share. Run traffic to it, right? Custom audience, call to action. End of story. End of rant, right? Guys, if you need help building functional medicine practice, go to thefunctionalpractice.com and scroll it over. It's a decade and a day system. It's all my website, it's all my Facebook ads, all my Google ads, which should be your primary source of new patients, if not referrals. It has all my radio ads, all my YouTube, how to get videos all over page 1 of Google, has my in-office workshop, the PowerPoints, the scripts, the close, all that stuff. Huge decade and a day shortcut. So that's what the functional practice, that's what the inner circle is. Just go to thefunctionalpractice.com, fill out an application. If you want to hop on a call, we can do that, and we can help determine if what we have makes sense for your current situation. We're helping a ton of doctors really scale up functional medicine in a big way, leaning heavily on objective testing. Sensitivities, deficiencies, toxicities. That's my core foundation. We keep our clinical stuff really tight, systematized, easy, streamlined, so that we can focus on the marketing expansion. I kind of use a 20 or a 90-10 principle, where 10% of what we teach and train on is clinical. Sensitivity. Let's clean up foods, clean up diet, let's deflame and detoxify at the cell level. Keep the clinical stuff easy. I'm not going to say foods and nutrients are the end all be all. Sometimes I have to do thyroid, sometimes it's other things, adrenal. But most of the time, 9 times out of 10, fixing people from deflaming and detoxifying is going to get them to where they want to go. But then I focus 90% of my efforts on funnels, websites, traffic, Facebook, Google, Instagram. Nah, I don't use Instagram. But it's the new flashy magazine. There's different. That people have a cell phone. A cell phone is a new. It's your new computer basically. But with Facebook being the newspaper, YouTube being the new TV, podcasting being the new radio, Instagram being the new flashy magazine, right? So you gotta make sure your funnels and your websites are all mobile friendly for sure. Click on it, boom, phone rings. So, all right, guys, I'm rambling, but yeah, if you're struggling to gain traction with Facebook, you're probably doing things wrong. If you're dumping a ton of money into agencies and they're not giving you quality leads, there's good. I'm not saying all agencies are bad. They serve a purpose, but your ROI better be freaking huge. I'm just so sick of. And I wrote about this in my last book. Doctor spent over $8,000 and got one new patient. It's actually $8,333 got one new patient out of that. That's what drives me nuts. When you drop $7,000 into an agency and you get a bunch of junk, 126 leads that are just junk, and two people show up that have no money. That's junk. And so a good agency is like, I spend this, I make this. That's awesome. Those agencies are awesome. What I don't want is like, I'm spending this, I'm getting this. That's what drives me nuts. So, and I don't know that you have to just follow the system, follow the map. And I have got all my map and, Facebook Lives mapped out strategically in my books and in the functional practice inner circle stuff. So I'll try to do this stuff. It's not rocket science. It's not hard. You're going to look over my shoulder and watch me run my stuff. So, I'll try and make more videos. I've been preoccupied the last 3 weeks. We shifted into hair analysis. A lot of you guys know that, the nutrient lab is on the shelf for a while. They're moving into the CBD analysis world. So we're now hair analysis for foods, nutrients, and metals. So quick hair analysis, 400 foods, 300 nutrients, or 300 non-foods, 50 nutrients and vitamins, and then 50 heavy metals with one quick 2-minute hair analysis. So that's awesome from a clinical perspective because it aligns clinically sensitivities, deficiencies, toxicities. It's an objective look. We can customize things, and very affordable too. It's way more affordable for patients, and doctors are able to make more money with it. So, all right, guys, if you have any questions, feel free to comment below. Tell me your number one source of new patients. All right, drop it in the comments section. I'm always curious. All right, guys, have an awesome day, and we'll see you next time.